morning, Your Majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. And happy day 22 of Hallowed Princess. I have a story time for you guys. This one is called Blackest Night. I don't know if I read this to you guys, but okay. The Blackest Night is a scary story about a young couple who visit a haunted cabin on the darkest night of the year. Okay. It was almost midnight when they drove down the crooked, lonely country road and stopped outside the old log cabin. A chill wind was blowing and the moon was full. The boy and girl stepped out of the car and made their way towards the cabin. They opened the door and peered inside. "Is this it?" she asked. "Yes," he replied. "This is the place. Let's go in." "You first," she said. He stepped inside and she followed. The door creaked shut and the darkness closed around them. "Do you know that tonight is the darkest night of the year?" he asked. "No," she said. "It is?" "Yes," he said. They call it the Blackest Night. Do you know why?" "No," she said. "Okay, I'll tell you," he said. "It was about 20 years ago. Even back then, the cabin was abandoned and falling apart. Sometimes hunters who were going to the game in the surrounding woods, it was also used to make out place by young couples like us. They say this broken down shack has seen a lot of hugs and kisses, but all that came to an end one cold October morning." "What happened?" "They found the body of a young girl inside the cabin. She had been murdered. It was an extremely brutal scene. They said her eyes had been gouged out and she was gutted like a fish. Her body was ripped open from her belly up to her chin. Her guts were strewn all around the cabin. The killer also chopped off one of her hands. She bled to death. It was slow and painful." "How horrible!" she exclaimed. "Why are you telling me this?" Exactly! Why is he telling her that? Like, come on. I mean, okay. "Well, that's how the story goes," he said. "The murderer was never found. They said that ever since then, the cabin has been haunted. Every year on the darkest night of the year, the night this terrible crime took place, if you listen very closely, they say you can hear screams of the dying girl. That's why they call it the blackest night of the year." You're making all this up just to scare me." "Nope," he replied. "You love to intimidate me. I swear it's the truth," he said solemnly, but she could see a hint of mischievous smile around his lips. "You never heard this legend? I thought everyone knew about it." "No, I never heard it before," she said. "This place is giving me the creeps. Let's get out of here." "Come on, this is interesting. If you told me all this before, I would have never agreed to come, and the thought of that poor girl crying, I don't even want to think about it." "Shh," he said. "Let's wait a little longer. Maybe we'll hear her scream." "I don't want to," she protested. "I'm trembling like a leaf." Well, I'm the one with the car," he said. "Maybe I'll just go off and leave you, and you can spend the night here alone." "No," she cried. "Don't even joke about that." She grabbed the door handle and pulled. The rusty hinges cringed and the handle came off in her hand. She let out a shriek. She let out a shriek of surprise. Girl's surprise turned to panic, and she began pushing and shoving and banging on the door. It wouldn't open. "Is this your idea of a joke?" she cried. "Is this your idea of a joke?" she cried, her eyes welling up with tears. "Let me out." He didn't answer. She turned around. He stood there in the moonlight, a faceless black silhouette. "Are you scared yet?" he said sarcastically. "Oh, I'd break up with him so fast. She looked down at his hands. He was unscrewing his right hand, turning it around and around. He pulled it off, revealing a rusty metal hook. "What's happening?" she cried. As he got closer, she saw that he looked much, much older. His hair wasn't blonde anymore. It was gray, and his face was lined and wrinkled. "I love this night," he said. "It's a shame it only comes once a year." "No," she begged, "please don't. For 20 years, they've been coming out here." He said, "The faces change, but the girls are always the same, silly and naive, vulnerable and stupid, waiting for me." "No, no," she whispered as her knees buckled down and she slid to the floor. He grinned. "This was my night," he said as he raised his hook. On that cold October night, the lonely cabin was filled again with the horrifying sound of the girls' screams. The eerie sounds were carried out on the breeze, and those who heard them looked fearfully into the darkness, then hurried home to tell their loved ones about the terrible legend of the blackest night of the year. Yeah, that is so creepy. That is so creepy. Yeah, like the part where, "Are you scared?" Yeah, I'd be like, "Listen, if you don't knock that off, I'm gonna break up with you." Like, I mean, I like being scared, but like there comes a point where it's like, okay, like enough, you know. But yeah, I'd probably break up with him if that was my boyfriend. I'd break up with him. I don't have a boyfriend though, but I would break up with him very quickly because, don't like, I don't know. But what do you guys think of that story? Let me know what you guys think. That's going to be it for today's video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart, and the song lyrics to Taylor Swift. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. I love you. Bye. Mwah.